What is up, you guys? It is Zach, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be doing some Nintendo Direct predictions, but I am not alone. I am joined by my good friend Chris. How you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for having me, Zach.
It's good to have you on. Chris and I, we love talking about Nintendo and stuff, so it's always that fun time of year when Nintendo Direct gets announced, even though it hasn't been announced for us yet. But it's announced by the time this comes out, and Direct's gonna happen. So, Chris, how excited for you are for this Nintendo Direct?
I am pretty excited. Usually I'm like through the moon, or through the roof, or whatever you want to say. This time I'm not quite as much. That's not as much the case for me, just because like I was thinking through a lot, like realistically, what exactly is going to get shown, like with what we already know about in mind, and like I'm thinking through it, and there might not be a whole lot of stuff that's here really for me, aside from the things we already know about. I'm just talking about like new announcements, which you know doesn't really make me disappointed because I know there's stuff for everybody else. Like it's totally fine, but I am excited to learn more about the games that we already know about. As far as new things, though, I really don't have any clue. My hopes are high, but my expectations are pretty low.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Like, February Directs are always kind of on the smaller side. They're always, like, just not usually big announcements like, back in 2019, back when we first met, like, that first Nintendo Direct when we knew each other. It might have even been just before we met. It was, like, Link's Awakening and Mario Maker 2, and then, like, last year it was, like, Mario Golf. So it's usually never huge. I think the only exception is when Smash got announced a few years ago, right?
Yeah, Smash, and then was that when Luigi's Mansion 3 was announced also?
No, Luigi's Mansion was like a September Direct. I remember that so well. It was a September Nintendo Direct. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But
well, anyways. Yeah, February Directs usually aren't too huge. I'm excited, but I'll get into like some of the reasons for my like lack of excitement here in a bit. But like overall, I'm still looking forward to it. I'm not like pessimistic or anything. I'm just like, I'm pretty chill about it, I guess.
yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I'm hoping for some cool stuff to be announced. Like, there's some particular things that I would be like, ooh, I kind of want to hear this. But you know, I'm the same way. I'm going into it with partial optimism. You know, it won't be bad, won't be great. It'll just be a Nintendo Direct, and there'll still be people disappointed nonetheless.
Yeah.
But enough rambling about what we think about how this Nintendo Direct is going to go. Let's go into predictions. The first thing I have on the list is Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Chris, do you think we'll see it, and what do you think we'll see if we do?
Yes, I think we'll see it. I think they want to let people know about it because it's coming out pretty soon. This is sort of getting into my future predictions that I was going to talk about later, but you know, there are some other games that I really hope would get announced here, like a new Mario Odyssey 2 or like a 3D Donkey Kong game or something like that. But I don't think they're going to announce anything like that in like the platformer range until Kirby is over with, because I think they want to, you know, that's sort of what's taking that light right now. So I do think they're going to focus some on Kirby. I don't think it'll be a lot. I don't know. I haven't looked back at like the history of like when they've done this, where like there's been a direct like a month before a game came out and like whether they showed a lot or not. But I feel like they're gonna show some of it. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking because of the fact that the game's gonna come out in like, what is it? Is it April or March?
I don't know. I think it's April. I think it's like early April, but I might be wrong.
So if it's coming out in 2 months, let's say, I think it's safe to say there's probably going to be some sort of, like, overview trailer. Like, it'll be, like, a 2-minute long trailer, just, like, really going over the game, trying to market it, reminding us of the release date. That's what I think they're going to do for Kirby, personally.
Yeah. The only reason I just feel a little weird about it is because they just released that trailer, like, a few weeks back, or a couple weeks back. That was, like, a whole new trailer for the game that they just, like, released out of the blue. And I was a little bit like, oh, that's a bit odd. So I wonder if they're just going to, like, I doubt they would just show that trailer again in a direct, but it makes me, that's why I don't feel like they're going to like go crazy with it. Like, yeah, it'll just be probably like a quick overview trailer or something. Going over like probably a lot of the stuff that they showed in that like random trailer that they dropped already.
Yeah, and maybe they'll also do things like announce like newer features. Like maybe there'll be amiibo support, for example, and they'll like show off how amiibos work. You know, that like not that exactly, but you know, smaller stuff like that. I think they could do for that, because I think they did that with Luigi's Mansion 3DS, where it was like in the September Direct, they did like a little overview. They talked about amiibo support and how that would affect the game, and other little details about the game, introducing Guigi, all that kind of stuff. So I think it'd kind of be like that almost.
Yeah, new air ride mode. I
Oh,
hope they announced that. That'd be awesome.
and Matt, it's a 3D Kirby game. They should have an air ride mode, right?
Yep, I know.
Okay, I think we're going to quickly glance over this one. Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. That's another game coming out. I personally don't have much to say on it because obviously a lot of people are excited about it. It's a reboot of Advance Wars, which is a freaking amazing series. But it's probably just going to get a little overview trailer. Not even an overview trailer, just like, 2-minute, or not even, like a 30-second to 1-minute thing, maybe.
Yeah, I've got nothing.
All right, so we're going to go into the big one here. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel. What do you think we will see, if anything?
Wait, actually, I haven't even thought about this. I don't really know. I think, so it's going to be a 2022 title, or that's what we know right now. And I assume it's going to be a holiday title, or it's going to come, like, in the pretty late in the year. And so part of me was wondering if we're even going to see it. I feel like they might save it for, like, a big E3 blowout. Because I really just don't... we just got that trailer for it at the last E3. 7-8 months ago or whatever. And I feel like they're going to hold off till E3 and be like, boom, here it is. But at the same time, though, and then from there, have within 6 months to release it. But at the same time, though, I also kind of feel like they want to, they'll probably want to share the title of it soon, at least, so they have something to market it as, Because, right now, it's still just the sequel to Breath of the Wild. And it's we need a title, from, a marketing perspective. We need something to latch onto to get excited about, right? And I also think it would just be great to have the title.
Yeah, what I'm thinking they're going to do, and this is going to go into kind of a prediction that I have that isn't one of my 5 predictions that I wrote down. I think what they're going to do is almost like what they did last year. I don't remember when exactly this was, but it was when they announced, I think it was Skyward Sword HD or something like that, where it's they were like, we don't have any information show on Breath of the Wild 2 right now, and they'll be like, we'll show you more at E3. Maybe they'll do a title drop, and they'll be like, look out for more at E3 or in June, whatever. But we have this, and that's where we might see something like Wind Waker HD or Twilight Princess HD getting the Switch port. Because Wii U port, we haven't had a Wii U port in a while, and it's weird for Nintendo not to have a Wii U port. It feels weird. So I think that's probably what's going to be like. We don't have any information right now. Wait until E3. But here's Wind Waker HD or Twilight Princess HD. There you go.
Yeah. I really want that to happen. I think if they announced Wind Waker or Twilight Princess HD or both, I doubt that would happen. But if they announced one of those coming to Switch, I think that it would be soon. It'd be in the next 3-4 months or something like that, Because again, they'll want to reserve a large enough window to really have that hype for Breath of the Wild building up, or for Breath of the Wild sequel. But yeah, I do definitely picture Aonuma walking out and being like, we don't have anything much to share, but here's this. Or we don't have any gameplay or footage to share, but here is the title. And he just shares the title and leaves it at that. I could see him doing that too. Or some kind of super short, 20-second, not just, hey, here's the title, and then it's just an Arial font, but some quick, just little visual, whoosh, The Legend of Zelda. I don't know.
Mic drop.
Exactly. That's enough to hold us over for 6 months, at least, or 5, however long it's going to be till E3. I say E3. When we say E3, we mean, of course, Nintendo's E3 Direct.
Yeah.
Around E3 time, because E3 is not really happening or whatever. I would love to see Zelda though. Zelda anything. I think we're gonna get some Zelda, but I don't think it's gonna be a whole new trailer for Breath of the Wild's sequel.
Yeah, I agree. Mario and Rabbids, or Mario plus Rabbids, Sparks of Hope. I'm really mixed on this one because I'm hearing rumblings of insiders, I'm going to put this in quotes, insiders saying it will get delayed, it's being pushed back, and I'm not sure. I would like to see a trailer for Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. The game looks really good. I would like to see something of it, but I don't know. I'm just unsure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Honestly, I haven't really been following the development or just the marketing of it much. I know we've gotten, I think, a couple trailers, maybe one main trailer.
Just one, yeah.
I don't really know. Just the one. It was an awesome trailer. It looks great, but so I don't know much about the status of the development of it. I do really hope that they're gonna try to get some Mario in this direct, and I think that might be it, unfortunately. But until I say my predictions later on, maybe that's not the case. But I do think that might be the big kind of Mario title that they're going to be showing here, because they always try to have something. Like last February, it was like Mario Golf. But I don't really know. It'd be great to see something, but I don't think we really need to see any more of it yet. Because I don't. Well, is it 2022? Is that all we know?
Yeah, that's basically all we know. We saw like a little bit of gameplay, some screenshots, but nothing really more than that.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I would like to see more, but I'm not like super pumped to see more. Like, I'm good with what we got. I hope they take their time with it and don't, overwork their employees and stuff.
Exactly. It is Ubisoft, so you never really know. But
yeah.
But yeah, so that's Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope. We don't know. We really don't know.
Yeah.
Next up is Bayonetta 3. I personally think we could see a trailer for this one, given that we finally got something like, what was it, like the September Direct, whatever it was, we actually got something.
Yeah.
I could see a little something happening for Bayonetta 3.
Yeah, it was the September Direct, or might have been E3. I don't really know, but yeah, it was. I could see something for sure. I don't follow Bayonetta at all, so I don't really know. But it'd be great to see some more about it.
Yeah, neither do I. I don't follow Bayonetta either, but I mean, I know there are a lot of people excited for it, and
exactly,
very possible.
If it was Astral Chain 2, I would be hyped. But yeah, I'm not very into Bayonetta personally.
Okay, last but not least, Metroid Prime 4. I think that's very likely. No, it's not going to be there. No chance.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't see it, unfortunately. They're going to keep working on it, and they're going to take their sweet, sweet time. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it's going to be a good game when it comes out. I know there's a lot of people talking about a Metroid Prime remaster thing. I don't know. All I know is that Prime 4 definitely isn't happening right now. Not a chance.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, so this is the part of the video I'm sure a lot of you have been waiting for. Chris and I have each come up with 5 predictions, ranging from, kind of a realistic prediction to kind of wild and crazy predictions. So, Chris, we're going to start off with you. What is your first Nintendo Direct prediction?
All right, starting more realistic. My first prediction is something that's already been pretty heavily rumored and supposedly leaked as of the past few days, and that is the Batman Arkham trilogy on Switch. I've only played the first one, and I would so get this if it came to Switch. I really hope it does. I hope it's not cloud, like a cloud thing. I think it could run fine on the Switch, considering what other ports they've been able to make work. And the Batman Arkham trilogy on Switch would be awesome because they're amazing games, and I don't know if your audience cares much about them, but they're really, really good. So hopefully those leaks are true. And I could definitely see that getting announced here as like a somewhat big deal third-party kind of announcement.
Yeah, I've never played those games, but I can imagine myself liking them because I have looked at gameplay, because obviously those rumors have been circulating, and I've been looking at gameplay, and it looks pretty cool. I definitely would consider checking it out. And yeah, I mean, considering that we have games like The Witcher 3, World War Z, Dying Light, and all of those are able to run really well on the Nintendo Switch, I think something like Batman, especially because like a lot of them are like was it Batman, like Arkham Origins, whatever, like some of them are like over 10 years old. Like, some of these are older games now.
It's like Arkham Asylum, Arkham Knight, Arkham Origins, or something like that. Like I said, I only really know the first one very well. I've barely touched the others, but I've been wanting to get through it, but then I stopped when all these rumors started happening, and I was like, I'm going to wait because they might do it on Switch. But I know the first one could run easily on the Switch. I know it gets a little more open world kind of as the series progresses, and maybe I think and so it might get a little tougher, but they could make it work, and it'd be really awesome. That could be the standout third party announcement of this Direct.
Well, I'm also pretty certain there was one of those Batman Arkham games on the Wii U, right? I don't know which one, but one of them was on there.
Yeah. Arkham Knight, I think.
Knight?
Or not standout third party, but standout port. That's what I meant to say. Port.
Yeah, I get you.
But yeah. There was one on the Wii U, so it should be fine. Great games. Or great game.
Funny,
I assume the others are great.
Funny enough,
Because I hear they only get better.
I was actually considering putting that on my predictions list. Thankfully, I didn't. And I'm hoping that you don't have my first prediction, because this one's probably as safe as it's going to get.
All right.
So I'm predicting Mario Party Superstars DLC. I am predicting that they're going to do it pack style, where they're going to have a few packs that come out at different times. And this first pack is going to consist of one new board, one new character. What did I have written down? One new board, one new character, 5 new mini games, and 5 new stickers. And this is where I told you, Chris, before we started recording, that the prediction itself is kind of safe, but I'm going to go into detail about it. So, I'm going to predict that the board we're going to see is Chilly Waters from Mario Party 3. I'm going to predict that the character we see is Dry Bones. And I'm going to predict that the 5 mini games we see are The Great Deflate, which is a 2v2 from Mario Party 4, Hotel Goomba, which is a free-for-all from Mario Party 5, Dust Till Dawn, which is a 1v3 from Mario Party 6, Fun Run, which is a free-for-all from Mario Party 7, and then King of the Thrill, which is a 2v2 from Mario Party 8. Those are my predictions, and the stickers, 3 of them would be based on Dry Bones, obviously, and then the other 2 are kind of random. That's what I have. That is my prediction for Mario Party Superstars DLC. Boom.
Nice. Who's the character? Did you say that?
Yeah, Dry Bones.
Dry Bones, that's right. Yeah, that sounds pretty, that'd be pretty great. I'm not going to say whether or not I have that as one of mine as well, because I might change it now that you said that. Think of something else. But I will let you know that I agree. I think that's going to happen. I really hope it happens. If it doesn't happen here, it's not going to happen. Or actually, that could be something that they announce on Twitter or something, I guess. But let's take that back. But yeah, I think DLC is going to happen for this. I put in just to make so I did have that. And I put in just to make it a little more interesting and wild. I don't think they would actually do this, but how cool would it be if they added a classic mode where suddenly it puts this filter over it where it looks like the old school like N64 games and everything's all polygonal.
Dude,
you know,
polygonal Rosalina.
Sort of like, exactly, and they take the things that still weren't in those older games but make them in the style, sort of like how like Super Mario Maker did for like things that weren't in the original Mario Brothers, and they changed it for that. Like they recreated those sprites to make it look like it came from that style. How cool would it be if they did that for Mario Party Superstars? It's sort of like, hey, in addition, you can now use classic mode to make it look and sound like the original, trilogy, or the original games.
That would be so cool. I was low-key hoping they would do that with the music. Because the music, for the minigame music, I should say, because they did it for the boards. The boards have the classic music themes, but I would love that for the minigames as well, to have all the classic minigame themes as well as the remix versions.
Yep. God. Yeah, and I'm just thinking of like Mario Odyssey, like the costume that makes you look like Mario 64 Mario. Like it's kind of like that, that's what inspired it. It'd be fun. It'd be cool. Yeah. It'd be an interesting like cherry on top to just like more boards and characters and minigames.
Oh, that would be so cool. That would be absolutely splendid. That'd be cool. I hope they do
it. I hope so too. Okay, my next prediction is I think as far as we didn't talk about Splatoon 3 earlier.
Oh, that is something I forgot. Okay.
But that's okay because that's what my next prediction is about. I think they're going to announce a Splatoon 3 Direct where they're going to talk way more about it, and it's going to be in the style of, like the research lab, like from their perspective.
Splatoon
right?
2.
It's not gonna be a normal Direct. It's going to be all like, it's themed and everything, as though it's like from that universe. But I think they're going to announce the Direct. They might even announce the release date. Be like, check out this Splatoon 3 Direct to learn more about the game. And that's going to be that. Because like the 2 trailers we've gotten, I think 2 for Splatoon 3, maybe just 1.
I think just 1.
Just 1, but there was that one like very initial reveal where it was just the Inkling standing there, and it's like, Splatoon 3, from the February Direct last year.
Wasn't that all part of the same trailer? Wait, was there another trailer? Because there was the reveal.
There was the Splatoon 3 announcement. Yeah, there were 2 trailers. And there were 2 like announcements of it. The first was in the February Direct last year, and it's basically not much. It's just the title reveal, and it's an Inkling standing in the new version of Inkopolis. And then I think at E3 last year, we got a more like full-fledged trailer, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You worked at Game Explain at the time.
So,
You should know this.
I know. This stuff's so hard to keep track of. Some other people are like, oh yeah, we got this trailer on this exact day. And I'm like, how do you remember that sort of stuff? But anyways, yes, I think they're going to announce a Splatoon 3 Direct. And maybe like with a little trailer, but mostly it's just going to be like, find out more soon. And the game's going to come soon. It's going to be like in the I think it's going to be first half of 2022.
Oh, wow. First half?
I think, or like at the end of the first half.
Okay, yeah, because I was thinking summer personally. I was thinking because I agree.
Yeah, I guess that's more what I mean.
I agree with the Splatoon Direct. I do think they will do a Direct specifically for Splatoon, and I do think the game will come out in the summer personally. So I agree.
Yeah, like June, July-ish.
Yeah, I was thinking like mid-July, but June's possible as well if they if it doesn't line up with one of my predictions that I personally have, which I'll talk about in a little bit.
All right.
But I guess I'll go on to my next prediction. Again, another kind of safe prediction that I'm going to make a little bit wild with the details. So there's been a lot of rumblings about a 2D Donkey Kong game being in the development by the team who did Super Mario Odyssey. And I'm pretty certain that it won't be under the Donkey Kong Country moniker, and I do believe we are going to have this 2D game will happen. So here is my thoughts and predictions on what this DK game is going to be about. It's going to be called Donkey Kong Adventure. And what it's going to be is a new 2D Donkey Kong experience starring Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong as the starting characters you play as they traverse through various diverse landscapes, and they are rescuing the rest of the DK crew, being Dixie Kong, Cranky Kong, and Funky Kong, who will all become playable after you unlock them. The playstyle will be different from Donkey Kong Country. In what way? I have no clue. I am not working for Nintendo. I don't know what they could do, but it will be different, and it will feel different than Donkey Kong Country in a few ways. And that's what I think.
I like that a lot. I would prefer a 3D Donkey Kong game, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be 2D. And if it is 2D, then I hope everything you said is true. That is different from Donkey Kong Country because they accomplished that to the best of their abilities. It's perfect. Try something new, even if it's sort of like a new art style, it is a new art style and plays differently. And even like if the structure of it is somehow different, like it's not just like a level progression system, but what if it's like more of like one big kind of open level or open world kind of, but not like a Metroid style, kind of exploring 2D platformer thing, but still a little bit more, I don't know, just take Country and do something different. I think that could be really cool, and I hope they announce it here.
I agree. Awesome.
Yeah. All right. My next thing, Tomodachi Life is coming to Switch. Ooh. And I have predicted this many times on many Game Explain discussion, I think to the point where they were starting to get annoyed, but I don't care because I want Tomodachi Life on Switch. And I think we're finally at the point where it could actually happen. Because it's been a year since Miitomo at least was announced, I think. And it would just be too perfect. And I think they might call it like Tomodachi World or something like that. But it'll be the base, sort of like the base game on 3DS. But I'm hoping that it's like an actual open world and you can go actually like walk around the islands and stuff instead of just like clicking a menu to go to the different like activities and everything. That'd be so cool. And like make it a very like multiplayer experience, right? Like you can have other people like living on your island and everything, like make it very social. I think it'd be so fun, and it would be everything that Miitomo was, but I think even better because it's centered around, I think, like a system that's a bit more appealing to people. Miitomo was cool as like an RPG, whatever, but like Tomodachi Life is something that you can really get like swept up in because it's kind of like Animal Crossing but sillier. And I think it could be so great on Switch.
Well, it's actually kind of crazy because I can actually, at first I was like, whoa, that's a bold prediction. But then I thought about it for a second, and in Nintendo's latest financial report, is it Miitomo or Miitopia, by the way, actually?
Oh, it's probably Miitopia.
I think Miitomo was that app, wasn't it?
Miitomo was that crappy app, like that phone app. That was like 8th grade.
Yeah.
Well, Miitopia.
For me, it was like college. Oh my
Not
gosh,
8th grade
there's our age difference right there.
Yeah.
But
Metopia.
Metopia sold over 1 million. It sold decently well for what it was, a $50 game where you're playing as Miis in a small RPG. Like, it sold pretty well. So I can see them taking Tomodachi Life, and especially because they're interested in expanding into the metaverse. I think that could be a step towards their interest in it by releasing a social Mii game where, you know, everyone had almost like their version of The Sims almost, because it could differentiate itself from things like Animal Crossing, you know?
Yeah. And also, like, Animal Crossing has kind of died down. That's kind of over with. Like, most people aren't playing that anymore. And so, like, to recapture that sort of general, like, sense of community and just the sharing things with each other and everything, like, Tomodachi Life could be perfect for that. It could be perfect on Switch in this day and age. So I really hope it happens, and I think a February Direct is the perfect place to announce it. It's a good kind of like B tier, like C tier, you know, not a huge deal, but like fun for some people, and could actually end up being like a pretty huge thing.
I agree. That's awesome. And that actually perfectly segues into my next prediction, which is a safe B to C tier kind of game, which would be really, really exciting for the people who really like the series to see. And I know you'd be excited for this if this got announced. A new Mario baseball game. Mario Baseball on the Nintendo Switch. So here's the thing, what I'm thinking about it. I think it would have the biggest roster of all 3 games. It would keep every single character, including characters like Toadsworth and the Nokis and the Piantas.
Oh, yes, like the Noki and the Piantas.
It would keep all of them
Piranha.
and add characters like Rosalina, who isn't in a Mario Baseball game, Egad, Pauline. It would add all of those characters, and it would probably come out in June. That's what I was thinking, because Mario sports games tend to come out in, like, June, so it'd be announced here, because, like, Mario Golf was announced in February, came out in June. I think this would follow the same pattern. Announced here, released in June.
Oh, I like it. I do. Well, what was the gap? What was the gap between Mario Tennis Aces and the golf one?
2 years, but those are both developed by Camelot. If this Mario Baseball game is developed by the same developers, it's a completely different studio altogether. I mean,
by the same developers as the original baseball one?
Yeah, because that's Bandai Namco.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, not by Camelot. No, I would not let them touch baseball with a 10-foot pole. No way.
That's a good... No. Yeah, definitely not. I almost put a Mario Sports thing on here. I didn't because I was thinking, it was too soon after Mario Golf. But if it's made by... If they do give it back to the old studio, and they do baseball, that it could work. Oh, it'd be so great. I hope you're right.
I hope I am too. Trust me, because I don't think... I mean, because the other big sports game is Mario Strikers, it's developed by Next Level Games, the developers behind Luigi's Mansion 3. And I feel like with the success of Luigi's Mansion 3, I feel like they're not going to go back to Strikers. I feel like they're going to honestly just do another Luigi's Mansion game.
I think they're already working on Luigi's Mansion 4, or whatever the next project is. Which,
spoiler alert, I don't have that on here. So if you think I'm going to say Luigi's Mansion 4, don't think it, because I'm not saying it.
Yeah, I'm not saying it either. But yeah, dude, I hope you're right. A new Mario Baseball would be so awesome. Those are my favorite old school, or, you know, those are my favorite Mario sports games from the era when Mario sports games were better than they are now.
Ditto.
Yeah, that'd be great. It'd be really, really great. Okay, I gotta be honest. I don't really have a 5th one. I did, but now I'm like,
oh yeah, right, because you have Mario Party Super. You had the Mario Party. So could I still have 2 more predictions? Because you shared the Mario Party.
So I got one more.
Okay,
I'm just gonna say my one more, and then you could say your 2 more. Just because, I guess, like, think about it, my expectations are really low for this thing, which I feel kind of bad about, because, like, I'm excited. I just, like, I don't know. But I'm gonna say, for my big wild prediction, I'm gonna say we're gonna get a Mario Kart 9 tease.
Here we go.
And I think it's gonna be so small. It's going to say 2023 or coming soon or something, like super vague and super off in the distance. But I think they're going to tease it. And it's going to be small. And I think they're just going to let us know, hey, let's just drop the mic and say this thing exists. It's happening. It's not happening for a while, but it's happening. And it's going to be different. It's going to feel different. And this little teaser is going to make that clear. It's going to be something new. I think this might be the big kind of new game announcement tease that this Direct needs or might need. It's also Mario related, which is great, which is going to get a lot of people talking. And I think as far as Mario, I don't see much in the near future for the poor guy because of his movie. I don't think they're going to do a Mario Odyssey 2 or any big new mainline Mario game this year at all. Because I've been thinking about it more. I think they're going to want all that focus on the movie. And they're not going to want to have like two different kind of products going at it with each other. I think they're really banking on this movie being a success, and I think they're going to wait till after, like, till 2023 to do, like, a new 3D Mario or anything like that. But I think Mario Kart could be a good Mario announcement to tease for the future. It's happening, and I think they're going to want to let us know that. And I guess that's my big, bold thing.
Okay, I have a lot to respond. On that. So,
okay.
I mean, well, most people know my stance for the new Mario Kart. I will say, I think 2023 is gonna be the first year where I'm like, okay, maybe a new Mario Kart is a potential like possibility. Because like everyone's like since like 2019, people have been like, oh, a new Mario Kart, and I've been like, no. Next year, maybe. So I'll when you said Mario Kart, I was like, oh no. But they said next year, I'm like, okay.
Well, this is the first year where I'm even like talking about it like it's a possibility too. Like I've been holding off as well for the past couple years. Like no. But now I'm finally like, I don't care. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah. So there's that. But the other thing, now granted, you're more of the movie guy. But something I always, like, have noticed with movies and all that is they always like merchandise and things to sell along with the movie. Because you always get the action figures, the plushies, the video games that are tied to the movies. So I think there could be a Mario game. Not Mario Odyssey 2 level, but something Mario that they would be like, not like the same day as the movie or anything, but it's like, oh, if you like this a movie, go buy Mario Baseball on the Nintendo Switch. It's coming out soon or whatever, like something stupid like that. But I don't have a big Mario games prediction, so I can't talk smack. But we'll see.
Well, yeah, like that's the hard part. It's like, yes, it's a good idea for them to tie something into the movie, sort of like sales wise, because Mario will be a big discussion point around when that movie's coming out. And but like I can't think of what that would be because they're not going to do some tie-in Super Mario movie, the game or whatever. They're not going to do that. They're also, I don't think it would be Mario Odyssey 2 because this year is pretty stacked already. And I just don't see that being the case. But then I'm like, what else could it be? Like, if it's Mario Baseball or something like that, like, that's too kind of off kilter from normal Mario to really, like, coincide with the Mario movie as far as, like, trying to do some kind of dual release thing. So I really don't know. Yeah, I just have, I'm not sure. I don't even, yeah. Anyways, continue.
Okay, so I'm gonna hammer through this next prediction because it's not gonna happen. It's just like you with Tomodachi Life. I've been predicting this game for so long, and it's never happened. And I don't even care if this game actually happens. I'm just doing it based on principle, based on the fact that I don't know how this game hasn't been announced yet, and it's not Luigi's Mansion 4. But it's freaking Pikmin 4. How has Pikmin 4 not been announced yet? How is there nothing of a new Pikmin game yet? Like, apparently this game was done years ago. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, at this point, if they've really been working on a Pikmin game these past few years, I'm going to say that it's probably going to be, like, a really good graphical showcase, because it's always had that more realistic style with all the plants and the scenery and the environments and all that. So I think they'd really lean on that, make the game look really good. Yeah, I mean, I don't care if there's a new Pikmin game or not. I'm not a Pikmin fan. But for the fans of Pikmin who have been, like waiting so long for this game, you have to give it to them.
Mm-hmm. I think we could see Pikmin 4 here. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's weird because, like, yeah, Miyamoto was like, it's all done in, like, 2016 or something. Like, way back, he was like, it's almost done or whatever it is. And, I think we could see it. I think we're finally at the point where, like, realistically, it could happen any second. I mean, we haven't heard anything about it recently, as in, like, rumors that Pikmin 4 might finally be here. But, like, I think it's, they tried the mobile app. They had Pikmin 3 Deluxe, which was great. It was a pretty good success, I think. The mobile app, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't, too huge. But, like, they're trying to keep it alive. And I think, like, we're finally at the point where it could happen. Yeah. I think that could be a great I think that could be a perfect announcement for this for a February Direct.
Yeah, because like E3, it would just get overshadowed by like everything. Like it's not an E3 game, and then September is always the games you're really looking forward to next year. And again, I just feel like Pikmin wouldn't fit in there. I think it's a perfect February announcement, personally.
Yeah, I actually think it'll be there. Like I would add that as a prediction. I'm gonna go for it and say Pikmin 4. That'd be awesome. That'd be great.
We're here for you, Pikmin fans. We're here for you.
Yeah. I also want to add, I wrote this in my notes to say it at the beginning, and I totally didn't say it. I think something underlying my overall kind of, not skepticism, but just like lack of huge excitement for this Direct is also the fact that like I think we're gonna get a new like either Xenoblade or Fire Emblem game. Sounds like both of those are fairly, or both or either of those are fairly possible. There's been lots of discussions. I don't care about either of those series, but I know that they're a huge deal, and so I think we could see something there. So I just wanted to like give that a mention as well. I do think a lot of the focus of this Direct might go toward like Xenoblade or a new Fire Emblem, like Xenoblade Chronicles 3 or something like that. And that, again, that's not something I care about, but it's worth mentioning because it'd be great for those fans. And I know like the last February Direct was kind of that way too. It was very like RPG, kind of sort of anime heavy a little bit. And this could be the same.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Nintendo Direct. Yeah. So, like, we have to expect that kind of going in because I'm in the same boat as you. I never played a Xenoblade game, so I can't really comment on that. But Fire Emblem, I kind of liked what I played of Path of Radiance on the GameCube, but it never really drew me in that much. I'm not much into strategy games. But yeah, also not a huge fan. If there are really new games, if all these rumblings are true, especially with like Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which is looking more and more to be the case because of like things that Monolith Soft are doing with their website, I think it's very possible. But I hope not, because my last prediction...
Yeah, me too.
My last prediction, which is probably my boldest prediction, not like an outlandish prediction, but a prediction that I know it's not going to happen, but I want it to become true.
I'm so ready.
There's rumors of a Metroid Prime remaster. So why the hell won't they... Yeah. No, it's not Prime Remaster. Why the hell won't they do a Luigi's Mansion HD remaster? God dang it. I want them to remaster the original Luigi's Mansion.
Nice.
And not only that, this is what I want them to do. I think they will do a remaster at some point, but maybe they'll do it this year because it was delayed initially from last year, which was Luigi's Mansion's 20th anniversary, which is why the Legos were in January. So now we're going to get the original Luigi's Mansion. It's going to have remastered visuals. It's going to have a revamped Hidden Mansion mode, some multiplayer content, updated visuals so that it looks all nice and glorious on the Nintendo Switch, a remastered soundtrack, and new secret ghosts and collectibles to find within the mansion. And it'll be released in October for Halloween.
Ooh.
Because of the success of Luigi's Mansion 3, why wouldn't they?
Man, I would love that. You think they would announce it now but not have it released till October?
Probably.
In my head, that's too long of a window. I feel like that for a remaster of Luigi's Mansion, the first Luigi's Mansion is great. In my head, I feel like it's something that they would announce and then release like within more like a few months.
Well, you see, because that is what they did with Luigi's Mansion, the 3DS remake. They announced it back in February or March and released it in October. I mean, obviously, all this information wouldn't come out in this Direct. It would just be, a remaster of Luigi's Mansion's coming out. But, you know, we'd learn more information, like, as we go along.
I like it.
Yeah, developed by Grezzo, who their last project was Miitopia. And that released over a year something ago.
Miitopia. Oh, wow.
So, I think it is possible. So, I mean, yes, that would take away your Tomodachi life, but...
No, never.
Well, you would prefer... Wait, hold on. Which do you prefer? Tomodachi life on Switch or Luigi Mansion HD on Switch?
I don't want to say the truth because your fans are going to destroy me.
Not only my fans, by the way. Not only my viewers. It wouldn't only be my viewers if you're thinking what I'm thinking you're thinking.
Look, I can go play... I love the first Luigi's Mansion. I can play it anytime. That's the thing. It's amazing. I would love a remaster. So I'm going to say the remaster over Tomodachi Life.
Damn it!
That's the truth. So yeah, that'd be great. It would really be great. It'd be really awesome. No, how cool would it be if I said I think they're going to do a Metroid Prime remaster over instead of the Luigi's Mansion?
Dude, I
for
mean,
this direct.
well, because everyone's talking about a Metroid Prime remaster.
I still do think that's more likely.
Yeah, but I'm just like, if Metroid Prime's getting a remaster, like, come on, give Luigi's Mansion another shot. Because they ported it to the 3DS, and that did poo poo. So like, they're starting to bring some 3DS games over to the Switch with Miitopia and all that. So like, why not? Why not?
I'm so glad that 3DS is over with.
Dude, it sucked. Like 2017 and 18, like it had Mario Party in the top 100, which was like why. It had WarioWare Gold, which was like why. It had Luigi's Mansion remake, which is like why. It had the Mario and Luigi remakes, which were like why. Like,
oh man, Luigi's Mansion. That'd be great. That'd be really great. I hope it happens.
Yeah, so those are our predictions. Also, wish lists, wants kind of deal. Anything you want to add before we sign off?
No. What's the plan? What's the plan for the direct? Like when it happens? What are you and me gonna do? Like how are we gonna cover it?
So
or how can I help you cover it?
I think we can.
If I'm available.
We could. Well, if you're available, we can actually use StreamYard because I figured out that there is an option to switch on. Well, but then. Yeah, there is an option to switch on audio so that you actually can hear what's going on my screen.
Oh, cool. Great.
And we'll organize that and set that up the morning of the Direct. So, assuming that Chris is available, if you guys want to watch us react to the Nintendo Direct, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned. We'll be doing that. We'll be reacting. We'll be doing stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Hopefully, all of our predictions come true. If every single thing that we say here in this predictions video comes true, I think that'd be a pretty solid, good Direct.
Yeah, that'd be wild. I wonder if anyone has ever, like, all of their predictions have come true. Because by this point, everyone's predicting it. Everyone's saying stuff beforehand. I wonder if anyone has ever actually been, like, gotten it right. You know?
Who knows?
But it's so unpredictable. That's part of the fun of it.
Exactly. You just gotta throw predictions out there, but you also have to, like, obviously have the expectations that we have. Like, it's probably, none of this stuff is probably gonna be included. Or, maybe the Mario Party Superstars DLC, or maybe, some little things. Like, we never know.
Nah, I think we're gonna get Luigi's Mansion HD remastered, and Metroid Prime 4 full trailer, and Breath of the Wild 2.
No, we're gonna skip Breath of the Wild 2. We're getting Breath of the Wild 3. We're skipping 2.
Yeah, we're going straight to Breath of the Wild 3. They're gonna pull another Age of Calamity, where it's like, oh, we're doing a prequel to the prequel to Breath of the Wild, and this time it's that's actually what Mario Kart 9 is. This time it's a racing game. They're gonna do something so wild. Age of Calamity was such a weird thing. I still kind of don't believe it really existed. It was just a weird thing that they did that, but it was cool. I'm glad it happened, but it was just odd. Anyways, I'm excited for Breath of the Wild 2. I hope we get some of that.
We'll have to wait and see. I mean, personally, I want more. I want to see if Wind Waker HD is coming, personally, because I love Wind Waker, and it's one of my favorites. And I love Breath of the Wild, but Breath of the Wild 2, at least so far, is looking like much of the same. So I'm a little because for me, the difference between games like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, they feel the same, but they also feel very different, and I'm scared that Breath of the Wild 2 is just going to feel much of the same, and that's what I'm worried. Because I really like Breath of the Wild. I just want something a little different.
Yeah. I mean, if we're talking pipe dreams, I want them to put Ocarina and Majora on Switch, in a remastered form. But they're not going to do that because they just put them on N64, and I think they're still going to do Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD before they do those, because those are, already made and done. I mean, it's not that easy, but still, they already remade those games once, so it'd just be a port. But man, I hope that someday we can see Ocarina and Majora in, glorious HD redone. Oh, it'd be wonderful.
One could hope. One could hope. So, I'm going to call it here. Thank you guys, all of you, so much for watching today's video. Thank you to Chris for joining me. Thank you for all of your amazing predictions and guesses and all of that, so thank you.
You got it. Thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. So if you liked today's video, definitely subscribe and all that good stuff down below. You know what to do. And until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Later.